backstage in Chicago at Roberto Clemente High School. There's going to be a panel discussion. Oliver Stone is one of the guests here, also my mentor, Jose Lopez. So I'm looking forward to performing today. I'm doing a piece called Bring Him Home, which is about Oscar Lopez Rivera, who is a Puerto Rican political prisoner and has served more than 31 years in prison. And so I'm hoping that people learn more about Oscar, learn more about the National Boricua Human Rights Network, which I'm a part of, and they can go home feeling inspired that they may want to write him or sign a petition or do any number of things to see him free.
We still have one more Puerto Rican prisoner to get out of jail, Oscar Lopez, who has been in jail for almost 32 years. With our combined efforts, and with those of people around the globe, we will get him out of jail too.
Yes! Bravo! Libertad, Oscar!
I'd like to ask Michael Reyes, where is he? Right, who's going to say a short poem about Oscar.
Anybody ever heard my poetry? It ain't short, so. Y'all are good. Y'all are good. So I'll keep it simple. I have a poem called Bring Him Home, which is dedicated to Oscar Lopez Rivera. And there's a picture of him right here. We have some petitions in the back. I'm also a proud member of National Boricua Human Rights Network. You'll see them with the cool shirts that are all around over here. Please sign that petition and take some information about Oscar. And I'm just going to get to my piece. And hopefully you enjoy it. Doña Clara came to me in a dream, woke me to the world of the unimaginable. She told me to imagine and see the world as poets do. She whispered, "Come home, Oscar. Come home. Come home, Oscar. Come home." Turned to me, looked into my eyes, and said, "Bring him home. Bring him home. We need him home." Two children play near 115th and 3rd Avenue in East Harlem. From the streets through an open red door, they see a poster. They read it aloud. "Bring him home." They repeat it. "Bring him home." In the back room, the activist, lawyer, executive director, and former political prisoner argue over semantics. Come home, bring him home, we need him home. Titles don't really matter as long as he is home. His children, grown from his own resistance, they grew in the former streets. His children lost in gun smoke, addiction ate their bodies, but born in his shadow, they wish to catch a glimpse of him. They drum, sing his name, dance, sweat beats rhythm. They want him home. They sing to bring him home. In class, the teacher explains what it's like to see children through a glass, to almost touch hand to hand, but be separated by this window that is so much more, to be isolated for more than 12 years. The students listen. Many of them have been on the other side of this glass. Some understand the isolation and the pain. They say that he must come home. The activists running into event after event, petition and clipboards in hand, so many times, so many events. She questions its value, its worth, if it's truly making a difference. All the while, she wants him home. His brother's relentless fight for justice, thirst for freedom, drives him forward. His hopes only heard to the ones closest to him. His step a little happier, his glance a little stronger, his hope more open. He knows he will be home. His community not so quick to believe, but slowly start to hope. They awaken from their sleep, they rise from their long rest and start to wonder, start to question. They begin to see the possibility. They start to fight to bring him home. A young girl goes to school. She's told he is a terrorist, a bad man, but she knows better and pushes onward to see him home. They meet on the floor of the Congress, the same floor of Lolita's rebellion. All four agree to sign a letter for his release. He might come home. The poet writes away, imagining, creating conditions, writing the myth, all the wonderful exaggerations, writing the truth in fiction. They call him home. All of this, poems, nights making pasteles to raise funds, conversations, meetings and more meetings, tours, plays, visits, talks, years and years of toil, printing flyers, door to door canvassing, persuading elected officials and people in prominent positions. All of this is the hard birth of freedom. They all agree, the poet, activist, former political prisoner, teacher, daughter, mother, brother, preacher, politician, actor, ex-political prisoner, that they need him home, that he must come home, that without him, they are incomplete. Without him, their myth is not finished, their journey slower, their story half told. Without him, it is if Lolita had never knelt before Viso's grave in submission complete, or if Che had never met his destiny in Bolivia. No, they need him home. And like the myth, he who was born on Three Kings Day, a sign of his strength, he must fulfill his destiny. He must fulfill his destiny and come home, so we may reach out and embrace him, cry with him, laugh with him, smile with him. He must come home so that we may reach our destiny. So I ask you now, do everything that you can to bring Oscar Lopez Rivera home, so we may be complete again, so he can return to his nation that so desperately needs him. Bring him home. Thank you.
A regional force of great power, great wealth, resources, right next to us, and it's on our. We cannot stand them. To allow them to succeed is worse than Vietnam. It would be more like an Indonesia because it has that oil well. So it's on the gotta-go list. And the greatest obstacle to that has been the alliances that Chavez has made with South America, not just the Bolivarian Revolution, but with Brazil, with Argentina. Lula was his president, and he's
in history appears to be something that repeats itself, are historical problems that we do not resolve, that insist on being resolved, and that ultimately will be resolved because people insist on them. And I think in Latin America, there's a wonderful, fresh, new approach to social change and to making new lives for people that is meaningful and that is liberationist. Oliver Stone, this flag of Puerto Rico, the flag of Puerto Rico is modeled after the Cuban Revolution, after the Cuban flag adopted by Puerto Ricans in 1895 by Puerto Ricans in New York City, along with, obviously, as a copy almost of the Cuban flag. And we have two incredibly huge flags that sort of bookend Paseo Boricua, and they will both be able to see them as they leave Clemente. This flag was done by my nephew Mikey Reyes and Mikey Colon, and he wanted to present it to you. I also want to present to each of you a t-shirt that was made, obviously calling for my brothers, please. So the flag is for you, and this t-shirt in color is for you, Peter, and this one is for Oliver Stone. And this obviously are t-shirts calling for my brothers, please.